Hello all YouTubers, I am the Weather Dude. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning back into this weather presentation for April 24th, 2020. As always, please consider subscribing and to my channel and liking my videos. Okay, if you're new to my channel, that's great. Please consider subscribing. And welcome to the Weather Dude Weather Channel group. And there is another weather poll question. So if you click the eye there, right in the top right corner there of the screen, there should be an eye there, the question that'll pop up, and a little weather-related poll question for you guys to answer. That's just a little, just for fun poll, and I'll be able to look at the results as you guys answer the question. So again, please consider subscribing, watching the whole video, and liking my videos. So today, very interesting, okay? Invest 90E has formed in the Eastern Pacific Ocean. So yes, the tropics already getting started, and this could be the first time that a cyclone like this has formed on record in April, like an invest like this. So looking at this here is a 40% chance of formation in 5 days. All right, and that's the same thing for 2 days. So when you see that the formation in 2 days and the formation in 5 days is the exact same, it's likely that if it forms, it'll be forming within the next couple of days. So disorganized shower and storm activity is located several hundred miles south of the tip of the Baja. So again, this will not be really affecting any land. This is associated with a trough of low pressure here. Some gradual development, but again, no effect to land whatsoever. But if there happens to be someone cruising out there near, let's say 115 west, between 110 and 120 west longitude, and between maybe 10 and 20 degrees latitude, just want to be careful because you never know. There might be someone out there. You just never know. Anyway, so looking at the satellite loop here, again, nothing really rotation. There's not really any rotation. However, there's actually rotation going kind of this way, kind of towards the right there a little bit. That's kind of interesting. But for now, it is very, again, like the National Hurricane Center said, it is very disorganized. It's just a boiling area of convection here. It's just moisture that is rising, and there is some rotation. I mean, you can see it in the higher levels of the clouds here. The rotation is trying to come in this way, but really it's just a bubbling area of convection that we do need to watch though, because it is sitting in an area of warmer ocean temperatures. But before we get to those, here's the model track guidance, and again, very confident it's going to move towards the northwest and then take a due west turn. Could it get to Hawaii? Possibly, but I doubt it's going to be anything by the time it does. If it does though, I will keep you updated on that, but I don't think Hawaii's going to have any threat. Maybe some of these islands out here in the Pacific could experience some potential wave action, but that's about it. The storm's not that strong. It doesn't have that big of a wind field. It's not really growing to produce some big effects near those islands. But again, by about 3 days out, it'll be about here, and by 4 or 5 days out, it'll be all the way out here. So that's the track guidance, okay, and for all those models. Here is the GEFS tracks, so the GFS ensemble tracks. And again, just taking a kind of, there's like your little cone there. It's going to take a northwest turn and more of a due west turn. But like I said, the GEFS ensembles, all those teal areas, between 1005 and 1010 millibars of pressure. So not much to really, I mean, there's not much, the pressure isn't really dropping that much, because if the pressure drops, the winds tend to go up. And the winds just aren't really going to be going up. I mean, all the GEFS ensemble tracks, or GFS ensemble tracks, only take it between 1005 and 1010 millibars at the least. And then it's going to be weakening as it takes that west turn, due to the fact that we're going to have cooler ocean waters. All right, so here is your GEPS tracks. All right, so again, 1009, and then more 1007 could strengthen a little bit, and then once it starts to make that due west turn, it's just going to kind of weaken completely. And again, Hawaii is not even on this graph, so, and it's already at 1011 millibars by about 5 days out, so probably no threat. But the fact that we have an invest this early in the year kind of, says something a little bit about the Pacific Ocean's hurricane season here. So again, here's kind of like your little simulated satellite here, and you can see that we do have some. I mean, that's not even an eye; it's just the area of less convection, but it's just a flare up of storms for the GFS here. And again, if we let's look at the surface winds. So let's go to so the max winds, okay, they do actually, the GFS model does actually make it a tropical storm here Friday morning, here's your. You remember, you need 34 knots of wind. This is the surface wind. You need 34 knots to officially make it a tropical storm. We have, and the GFS is projecting 36, right on that eastern side. Okay, who knows? If this stays really disorganized like this, it could be a subtropical storm. All right, but there is definitely some rotation. But like, take a look at this. It doesn't look that organized because look, here's your area of like the least amount of surface wind. That's kind of like where you think your low would really be. Here's your rotation, but then they put the low center right where the area of most wind, like where the greatest wind is, where the most precipitation is, that northeast side. Well, that's where they put the low center. So, wouldn't surprise me if this became a subtropical storm, but by all means, it can very well become a tropical storm as well. And then after that, I mean, it's gonna drop to winds of 31 knots, so it's already out of tropical storm status. And then they kind of have it like a little regenerating here, so way up, 45 knots here. But again, take a look where they put that low, and take a look where the actual low kind of should be, way up to the southwest. So again, it wouldn't surprise me if this became a subtropical storm. Then look at that, it falls to 22 knots, and then it's out of here, and off to the west, and it just kind of weakens completely. And there will be more wind shear to get in the way of it as well, so keep in mind of that. All right, keep that in mind. When we look at the ocean water, this is why that storm really got the form. There's where your low center is, kind of right there, 28 to 29 Celsius, okay? All you need is yellow or orange to really get that storm going. Okay, that yellow points south, that's where your 80-degree waters are. Sitting in 28 to 29 degrees Celsius ocean water. So that's about, if you convert that to Fahrenheit, that's about in the mid-80s. And then you got more like upper 80s to potentially near 90 off the coast of Mexico. But again, once it heads north and makes that due west turn, it's going to kind of fall apart in these kind of 70s. Got waters in the 70s here, and not to mention, definitely going to have some more wind shear cutting across the storm system. But you might be thinking, well, are the Pacific waters, I mean, sure, this is warm, but is this where we should be? Yes, actually, where that storm is right now, where it's sitting at some above average water, but like I said, look what happens. It moves into that cold water eventually once it gets going off to the west. But the Atlantic, it's very warm. But even parts of the Pacific are doing surprisingly well. But notice this cooler water moving in from the northwest, those cooler anomalies. We're going to definitely try to settle in. Alright, so again, that is it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Again, Invest 90E, just something to keep in mind. Alright, as a potential A storm of the Pacific hurricane season. So it's just something to keep in mind. So thank you for watching. I'm the Weather Dude, signing off until next time. Please don't forget to subscribe.